You're listening to In the Spirit, and this is WBAI in New York.
I first met Lex when I was going around the country. It's easy to fix a date because during the time that I was going around, Jonestown happened. And so the worst fears of the parents were being brought up as Jonestown. He was doing a 3-hour show at that time. And the first hour and a half was he was interviewing me, and then he opened it to the audience, and we spent an hour and a half talking to the audience. And somewhere while in this talking with me, he says to the radio audience, he says, wouldn't it be great if Sensei would have moved back to New York, because I'm a New Yorker, and I was training in LA. Wouldn't it be great if he moved back and we started Zen Center here? And he says, if you're interested, come next week on Saturday to my house, and we'll have a one-day Zenkai, and he'll give a talk, and he'll answer your questions, and we'll have Doksan, they'll give private interviews. And that's what happened. That's what happened. And because of that, directly because of that, I moved back to New York. And Lex, I hope the readers know, listeners know, Lex is involved in so many traditions and into very deep levels. One of the things that Lex's wife, Sheila, my wife, they were both urging Lex and me to exercise. So Lex and I agreed, and we decided that once a week we would go to a steam bath. And in the steam bath, we sat and discussed many things and decided on many things. And one of the things we decided to do was that I would build a house of one people. The house of one people came about because our wives wanted us to exercise. What's easier to do is to say one quality that he had that I share a lot, and that is not held a lot by people, is the love of other traditions, and not just the love, but working together with them and doing things. Openness is a big word, and I think, especially if you're going to be a teacher, but one big quality that you should have is openness. So many different kinds of teachers would appear on that show. It was quite amazing. And he was a fantastic interviewer. So he went quite deeply into, made them go quite deeply into what their tradition was about, what they did. We were talking about life, and life is not just from the 70s. And that's what he would penetrate to. How does it affect you in your life? Then and then is now. It's the same.
Something was at stake with him in every conversation, and that he had a great gift to go to the heart of the matter, and an instinct and an appetite and a sort of irresistible determination. This is not a guy who would give you a trivial answer to what kind of coffee he wants. As Lex's questions to these guys were not just about dualism or about whether there is no self or no self and what is self, but they were questions like, how do I access my heart? And it was Lex's incredible task to condense the important and relevant essences of these teachings and traditions into an hour-long radio program which he would keep at an hour long, because he never would do a station break, and you could have been listening to Piscataway. I said, Lex, WBAI in New York City. Now, returning to the epistemology of so forth, it was unprecedented, frankly, for anybody to cover this material the way he did. First of all, they didn't have the extraordinary devotion to the authenticity of the teachings themselves in their own language, frequently translated by him, never rewritten by him, I'm sure. Is that true? But these are the great universal teachings of humankind over millennia. This is what we've come up with, the best of us have come up with and tested. The book is a work of love superimposed on a work of genius. It's my hope that the book will be understood as being a gift to the present moment, as we're living it now, from the kind of eternal reservoir of human experience.